Hi, everybody. John here at WorkWave staff in Jamestown, New York, back with another segment, another video about us. So this is going to be going over our screening process. So it's kind of one of the things that sets us apart from other organizations that are out there is our emphasis on quality. We really strive to make sure that every candidate that we send over to one of our clients is the right fit. You're never going to be 100% in the people business, but we always strive to get as close to that as we possibly can. And it all starts with our screening process. If you don't have a really structured process that you go through to find these individuals, and to make sure that you're placing and submitting the right individuals with your clients, then you're not doing it correctly. And we try to avoid high turnover rates as possible, as much as we possibly can. So it all starts with this screening process again. So very high quality screening process that we take very seriously. And I'll just start to go over that. The very first part of this is analyze. So we really want to take a deep dive into your needs and unique culture to fully understand what the right candidates will be. So we analyze each specific job to fully understand everything that comes along with making the right hire. So we're going to be looking at everything from from up high at your entire culture. Who are the right individuals that are going to succeed here, that are going to stick here, that are going to do the best job possible for your company. A lot of that's not always just exactly what skills you have, but it can also be, a culture and a personality type of a thing. So we look at things like that before we know, hey, this person would kind of be the right fit for them, not only because of their skills, but from some of the soft skills and from the personality or ethics that that individual have that will fit. And we all learn about that through analyzing. So we're going to be asking questions. We're going to be looking at, kind of things from all different angles at your facilities and everything that comes along with the jobs that you have. So once we do that, we also, each individual job, we also take a deep dive into those and see, what are the must-haves? What exactly is this person going to be doing? What's the team like around them? What responsibilities do they have within that team at that point in time? And, really kind of every aspect of the job, whatever it may be, we want to fully understand, because that way it makes it easier for us to understand who we should be sending over. So from there, we search and recruit, and we kind of say here that no stone is unturned as we aggressively market to attract candidates that meet your criteria. So that's exactly what we do. So we don't just have one specific way that we recruit individuals. We go into our talent marketplace and into our pool of candidates that we already have, and we reach out. That's kind of your low hanging fruit. And we may even know right off the bat, just from working with so many people all the time, who might be a really good fit for that. So we could go through this analyze phase and already have someone in mind for you. Within our own pool of candidates. But if we don't, and if it's not quite the best fit yet, then we start to outreach, and we start to a lot of different methods that we use, whether it be job boards, we'll post jobs, referrals that we have from other candidates, community outreach. You never know. You really don't want to have one set way that you recruit candidates, because things really do evolve. And the way that candidates are even looking for jobs right now is also evolving. The way that employers are looking for candidates are getting more creative. So we're always searching to optimize the best ways possible to find individuals, and it might be different for one position than it is for the other. So it's a customized approach for each and every job. From there, once we shortlist those candidates and a massive outreach to as many candidates as possible, we kind of filter that down to a few that we're feeling the best about. And at that point in time, we'll bring them in for interviews. We'll do a phone interview. We'll also bring them in for a face-to-face if the job's local to us. And we'll do an in-depth interview. If we can't do a face-to-face, we're going to do a Zoom call. So we make sure that we do some type of if you're not physically shaking our hands, we want to see you, we want to talk to you, we want to visualize, everything about the candidate. So we'll do a Zoom call. But that's an in-depth interview where we analyze not only the job skills and the past employment history, but also kind of the story and their journey over the last few years. I continue to always say that it's the resume tells one thing on paper, but there's also another side to that, which is someone's journey. We're all human beings, and we go through things, but we want to make sure that we kind of see, and if there's any gaps in the resumes or anything like that, like what was going on during that time, so we fully understand exactly what was happening. If there may be like a 5-month gap, you never know what could have happened in someone's life or what have you, or what they were doing then and there. So we just don't want to look, if it could look on paper like, hey, this person, hasn't been working, but there's might be good reason for that. You don't want to miss on a good candidate, judge a book by its cover sort of thing. We want to make sure we have the whole story on someone. So once we do that, then we present, and our presentation takes all of this into consideration and make sure that highlights everything that we've learned about that candidate, everything that we've talked about with them, and we present them to you. We're not going to present them unless we already kind of have an idea that you've been presented to them as well. So we want to make sure that, yes, they're really interested in your company. We're going to give them also the background and the feedback from our analyzation here of your company. And we have the right fit for you. We want to make sure that they have all the knowledge that they can before we even present them over to you. So that way, when you interview them, if it's a right fit for you and a right fit for them, then it makes this offer and acceptance stage a lot easier, and it makes a lot more sense when you give the offer, and there's a lot less confusion there. But when we present them, you're gonna be able to see everything that we've highlighted on that presentation. And there might be some other things too, some certificates, and certifications, things like that. We'll include that in that presentation. From there, it's an offer and acceptance that we broker. So you'll get in touch with us, let us know how the interview went. We'll also be on the other side working with them, and they'll get in touch with us, letting us know how the interview went from their side. And our goal is to make ends meet here. We want to make things happen, and we want to make the offer and acceptance process super easy. So we'll go over, all the salary negotiations and things like that, and we'll broker this offer and acceptance. So from there is our onboarding phase. And if it's a temporary position or attempt to hire, we're going to onboard all the HR documents, all the things that we need for pre-start to make sure that they have everything. We're also going to track anything that expires if they're working for you on a longer contract or something. If there's like a certification that expires or something like that, we're going to make sure that we track that as well. Within our software, we have reminders so any type of compliance items that expire, we'll know and we'll send out to them to make sure that they're fully compliant while they're working with you. So we also we'll do any background screening or drug screenings or any type of pre-employment things that you may need and you may want from us. And we can also structure this onboarding specifically to you and tailor it right to you as well, as one of our clients. So just a quick overview of our process. Wanted to go over this very, very important piece to what we do, and what kind of makes us stand out above the rest is our quality process. And so thank you for taking the time and learning a little bit more about that with me. Thank you.